I really am an artist, mixed media art. I'm at my table today, so I'm in a different backdrop. Whoop whoop, yay. And I've been filming down, so my ring light's kind of in the wrong place, but you'll forgive me if the light's not perfectly arranged. We're working on a couple of projects today. I really am an artist, mixed media art. Even though I haven't done many videos on art per se, I've done some creative things. Sewing is, of course, creative. But I do draw, paint, myriad of things. Today I'm working on a project for a client, and I'm doing some RBGs. Little, I hope I can do them justice, little Ruth Bader Ginsburg earrings, necklace, and another one of my sort of tongue-in-cheek, I do eye charts, which I'll show. It's not colored or anything yet, but I just think it's really fun. I do them as earrings, I do them as pendants, and anybody who's been to a show knows that I have a wacky, unique, what's the word I'm looking for? I just have a crazy collection of stuff, and it's all from doodles and drawings and things that I like to bring to life. I love to wear things that are creative and one of a kind. So that's what I'm up to today. So I'll give you a little overview, a little run through how it works, how it starts, and then the finished product. So here we go. First things first, I have to actually find my sketches. I have so many. I have them cataloged in some way, but it still has to be dug out. So I'm looking through all my things here to try to figure out where the RBG sketches and caricatures are. And of course you have to set the music too, right? Ah, there she is. Multitude of sizes. Now I use those, I do a lot of pencil and ink sketches, doodles, pretty much constantly. So I will pencil out something, ink it in, I scan everything so that I can make different sizes. I can shrink and enlarge however I want, and then I'll print them back out again. So things get drawn several times as I make a wearable piece, from the original sketch to the inking to the tracing to coloring, inking, all the way through. So there's pretty much, she gets drawn in triplicate at least, in some instances maybe quadruple. Still doing some tracing, trying to get it all, the details, and get it all right before I pull it off of there, because the next step is to kind of cut them out and set myself up for coloring them in. I should have said I'm using an artist grade shrink plastic, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. most everything I make has some element of shrink plastic in it. So we're going to move on to coloring. And I have so many different things I use to color with. Currently in that photograph, that is a mica pan pastel in an almost black. Comes up black after it's finished, but I'm doing all little pieces. Wiping up the area, making sure it stays clean because that black gets everywhere. And we're going to continue on with the bigger RBGs, caricatures. You may not even be able to see the color because I do very, very light doses of color. Once you take shrink plastic to heat, it intensifies everything you do to it, so super light is the key. Getting out the colored pencils, gonna do a little bit more color on her face. And some of her extras, her hair, her earrings. It's a multi-layered process, and it takes, from start to finish, it takes several hours to do the pieces that you see right there. From tracing to coloring. Not that I'm anal about what I do or anything. You have to get things a certain way. Yes, and I also use ink. Finishing up the ink here, and we're getting ready for the fun part, which is always amazes everyone. I have a designated toaster oven for this kind of stuff, or you can use a heat gun. The bigger, I should say the biggest, I'm sorry, the biggest piece goes in. The oven is around 275, 300 degrees. I like to keep it a tiny bit lower because it's more controllable. And the magic starts right now. Here it goes. Wait for it. Everybody that sees this for the first time thinks, oh, good Lord, it's ruined. Oh, all my work is gone. But no. It isn't ruined, you just have to be patient. It balls itself all up, and then, like magic, it flattens itself back out again. It's a beautiful thing. And all your details become more crisp and tiny. It goes down more than 50%. I'm going to show you here in just a second as I'm pulling things out of the oven. There's the bigger piece. Always use something to make sure it stays flat while it's still warm. Here she is. Fits in my hand. There's the original head of the other one. I'm going to insert a picture here to show you a little closer. There it is. And the small, already heated head underneath, which was what you see above. Okay, so we got as far the other day as showing the product, I think just before I was going to seal it. And I've added a few things to Ruth. I'll show you the finished product. Just going to toss her on real quick. Give you a little idea of Ruth on. I'm going to adjust her just a tiny bit. She sits kind of right on your breastbone with her little hammer of justice on the bottom. She has a little 3D pearl necklace and her classic neck piece that we all love. We love Ruth. And because the back has to be pretty also, she's also got her gavel in the back. So, and I'm not going to put these on because I've cleaned them and they're ready to go. But here's Ruth in her full regalia, all put together again with her gavel of justice and her little neck piece. It was just her birthday last week, I think. So that was like that. And then because I do some other crazy stuff, this was a request, but here's the eye chart. Necklace. Give you a little bit closer up view, little eye chart. And then I put little sayings and different things on the back. So that's what they look like, all finished. So I invite you to look at my other stuff. I have a whole website full of stuff. I'm trying to put new things up as I get inspired, and honestly, the gal that called me for these custom RBGs has done me a favor because it sort of has lit a fire underneath some of my creative stuff that I've been searching for, and having to do something has made me realize I have lots of ideas for new stuff. So, so stay tuned. And we're going to show you a little packaging before I go, and how you receive something if I mail something out to you, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so of course everything gets a box with my little picture on it. That was me. I was about 6 years old. Of course I've added the nose. But everything gets put in a padded box, and I wrap everything with tissue paper and put a little sheets of bubble wrap inside so nothing's rattling around. Everything gets a ribbon. Must have a ribbon. I like to package them so you actually kind of feel like you're getting a gift. Or you can just give it as a gift. The way that it arrives. And it gets double wrapped again with a special card and postcards. I have stickers and branding, and the beauty of having your own business is personalized notes for everyone. There you go.